Hi folks, I'm Craig Taylor, and once again a huge thanks for taking the time to press that play button and join me here on my YouTube channel, the Bushcraft Padawan. I was quite pleased and very surprised earlier this week to be tagged in a YouTube video by Andy from AMBushcraft. If you're not sure what tagging is, it's where somebody mentions you and then sends you a link to that video, and it normally means that you then have to go and kind of do something or do the same thing that they did. The Ice Bucket Challenge is kind of a well-known example of this tagging in social media. So Andy had to answer 7 questions that he was posed by another YouTube viewer who then tagged him, and at the end of that video he had to nominate 3 other YouTubers and tag them, and hopefully this message would spread. So I've got the 7 questions here, so why don't I get on with answering them. Question 1. Why did you start your YouTube channel? I mentioned the reasons why I started it up in my introductory video, which I'll link to up here. But in a nutshell, I was going through this journey, this development path, if you like, around bushcraft. I'm heavily into using technology to help other people learn. That's what my job is. So it seemed like absolute common sense to capture this journey along the way, to put it on YouTube. If I'm being really selfish, it was more for my benefit than anybody else's, but if other people get value from it, then I'm all for that. So I started it to document my journey in this world of learning about bushcraft. Question 2. When did I start making videos? Started making videos probably in about 96, 97, quite a long time ago. I remember working in a military training wing, and we had soldiers coming through at different stages of their career doing a promotion course, and part of that promotion course involved them designing a lesson and delivering that lesson to other people. And we used to record them on these huge video recorders. They looked like something from a 1980s BBC outside broadcast. They were massive video cameras, and we used to record them on that and play those back to them so they could see any mannerisms, etc. that they might have. So that's when I probably first pressed the play button or the record button on a video recorder. Damn seagulls. I live quite close to the coast, and obviously it's breakfast time for them. When is it not breakfast time for a seagull? Question 3. How did I come up with my channel name? Well, it's got Bushcraft in the title, so it kind of tells you what it's about on the tin, but I put the word Padawan in there because I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan / nerd, and a Padawan in the Star Wars world is an apprentice. It's somebody that's learning a particular skill set and a particular set of skills and behaviours. So they're a, if you like, they're a learner. They normally look to somebody else or other people to help them to learn about that subject, so it made absolute sense. In essence, it's the Bushcraft apprentice, but I just put that little Star Wars slant on it. In fact, I think my wife did, so credit to Lou for coming up with the idea. How long do you plan on YouTubing for? Well, I've got 2 YouTube channels. I've actually had my other one, which again I'll link to up here. I've had my other one since 2010, so that's 7 years now. So, and that hasn't given up. That's got a few hundred videos on it. That particular channel is very work related. It's talking about how we can use technology to help other people learn and develop and assess them, and that's my day job. So it tends to be about that. I also use it for sharing videos of the kids privately with my grandparents and people like that. So I've had my other channel 7 years, so this one, assuming that I keep this interest in bushcraft going, could be around for just as long, if not longer. Do you make your own thumbnails? I do on this channel, yes. On my other channel, I used to be quite lazy, and I'd just pick whichever of the 3 thumbnails that YouTube served up to me that made me least look like an idiot, putting a face like that. I used to pick whichever of those used to make me look least like an idiot and just use that. With this channel I've put a bit more effort in. I use Adobe Spark, which is a free online tool. I very quickly grab a screenshot of a frame in the video that makes me look least like an idiot or shows what that particular video content is all about. So if it's about a map, I'll show a picture of a map. If it's about pacing, I'll show a picture of my feet. I grab that, put it into Adobe Spark, add my text to of what the title's going to be over the top of that, apply a filter, and then download it and upload it to YouTube. It sounds like quite a long process. It's probably about 90 seconds from taking the screenshot to having the video, to having the thumbnail ready to upload back into YouTube. That's Adobe Spark that I use, if anybody's interested. Question 6, do you do your own intro and outro clip? No, I don't. I absolutely see the value of them. I get why people use them. I certainly get why people use them if their channel has a commercial aspect to it, if they're, if they're advertising, or if they are part of a wider commerce that the YouTube channel fits into. Completely get the need for that. I don't personally do it because, one, I'm not doing that. 2, I don't have any social media channels that I'd feel that I'd need to reference, or a website about bushcraft that I feel I need to reference. And if I'm being really honest, I scrub through other people's intro videos. I might watch them once, and then after that I just scrub through them and get to the main meat of the video, and I also close that video down the moment the outro clip starts. So for me, I personally think it would just be unnecessary padding on my channel, but I get why other people do it on there. So no, I don't make my own intro and outros because I don't use them. Final question, what kind of camera do you use? I use the most up-to-date, high-tech, state-of-the-art camera that came as part of my smartphone. That's all I'm using. Right now I'm looking at my my Nexus smartphone, my Google Nexus smartphone. That's all I use. I'd love to use a different camera. I can see the value of using a dedicated camera, absolutely. 1, from a quality perspective, and 2, from a safety perspective. When I'm out in the woods or on the South Downs or wherever I am, my phone is, or it could be, I hope it never is, but it could be a lifeline to people that I need for, to give me help, or that I need to inform that I'm running late. I don't want to pull it out of my pocket when I really need it to find that it's flat because it's wasted all the battery recording a video earlier in the day. So that's my belief. I should probably practice what I preach and get another camera. I'm looking into that, but money, as always, is tight, so I may have to put that off. I may have to not practice what I preach about using your phone as a backup, as a safety line when you're out. So that's the camera that I use. It's my smartphone camera. Now it comes time for me to tag the people that I'm hoping will answer a similar 7 questions. First person I'd like to tag is Paul Kirtley from the YouTube channel Paul Kirtley. Once again, in my introductory video, linking to it up here, I mentioned Paul and said that he's been a real inspiration to me for reigniting and re-sparking my passion and interest for being outdoors. So it would be remiss of me not to tip my hat to Paul again and tag him or spam him, depending on how he looks at it, for coming back with a similar video. I'd also like to tag Lonnie from Far North Bushcraft and Survival. If you're not following Lonnie, why the hell are you following me and not Lonnie? Go and look for Far North Bushcraft and Survival. Lonnie's got a wonderful way about him, an incredibly calm, relaxing, yet authoritative tone about him. Very relaxed manner. You can see that this guy knows what he's talking about. You can see that this guy kind of lives that life. He lives in south central Alaska, I believe, so a pretty austere part of the world, and I imagine many of the skills that he talks about on YouTube, he uses them for real, in real life, as just a part of the way of the life that he lives up there, along with his wife. So Lonnie, I'm tipping my hat to you, and I'm hoping that you could come back with a similar video. And finally, I'd like to tag or nominate Lilly from Survival Lilly. I'm sure many of you will be aware of Lilly as well. I'd like to tag Lilly because, one, she puts out good content, good videos. She's quite fun. She sometimes takes a slightly different angle in terms of what it is that she's talking about or videoing that week. But I'd also like to tag her for a different reason altogether, and she's one of the few that I know of ladies that are doing this in the bushcraft world or the outdoor living world. She's one of the few. I know that there are others, don't get me wrong, but she's certainly the one that springs to mind. And the reason that I'm tagging her is because I want to acknowledge that. It seems that this bushcraft world seems to be, and I'm stressing seems to be, I'm not saying that it is, it's just my perspective, seems to be dominated by men, and I think it's great to see Lilly doing what she does, to have the following that she does and the respect that she does, My daughter's, who is 6, is kind of getting interested in coming out with her dad and her older brother doing these sorts of things. So I think Lily's a wonderful role model for someone like my little girl to be able to look to, so she's not just seeing male faces and hearing male voices doing this. She's also realising that potentially it's something that she's very, very capable of doing as well. So, Andy from AMBushcraft, once again a huge thank you for tagging me and for nominating me. I really appreciate it, and thank you for the kind feedback on my YouTube channel. Those are my 7 questions, and I'm hoping that Paul, Lonnie and Lily will be able to come back with their 7 as well. As always, if you found this video useful, if you found it interesting, please do click on that subscribe button. Please do like and share and comment on this video, and I'll see you real soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.